Today we're going to predict the future by talking about some possible trends for 2025 in the world of typography, lettering, and fonts. I know we're still like mid-2024, but being ahead of time, it's hard. It's difficult. It's really difficult. The first font trend is retro revival. Now, listen, as I always say, and I've said before, retro is never out of style. Fonts inspired by the 70s and the 80s with bold and playful shapes will continue to be popular. They were like a big thing this year, and I firmly believe that they will be on the scene in next year as well. We are very nostalgic. We are in a very nostalgic moment. So I think not only the groovy fonts, but also Y2K and bitmap fonts. I'm gonna include this in this category because, believe it or not, maybe I'm gonna make you feel old. They are retro by now. Yep. Sorry to break it to you. They are considered retro. So the second trend would definitely be cultural heritage fonts. So basically fonts inspired by specifically cultural heritage or historical styles, such as traditional scripts or ornamental elements. So, maybe Art Deco, maybe Art Nouveau. These type of fonts are really heavy on telling a story, and they add a unique cultural dimension to designs. So I think they're gonna be popular because of this aspect. So our third trend, I think we've been seeing this for a while actually, but I'm going to be adding to the list anyways, and it's experimental typography. It's not uncommon anymore to see stretched type, liquid fonts, 3D, crazy font pairings in advertisement campaigns and movie posters and labels, they're everywhere. Experimental typography is not so underground anymore. So I think in a way we should expect more experimentation with typography in 2024. I am all here for experimenting with type, and I do believe that sometimes typography doesn't need to be, 100% readable, because the type itself has the job to communicate something. It can if you want to. I know every designer has an opinion about this. Maybe you don't agree with me. Maybe you think what I'm saying is like crazy, and that's okay. That's just the way I was trained and the way I learned things and the way I generally enjoy and like design, which is fine. But I think as long we're respecting accessibility, type can be art and typography is an art form. Paula Scher, one of the biggest and most important designers in the world, was taught to illustrate with type, and that literally changed her career. So I always advocate for experimentation. Go outside and try crazy things. Be a crazy artist because it's fun. Experiment with design. Like, that's cool. Experiment with type, experiment with texture, experiment with color, because that's cool and that's like a creative exercise. Fourth is handwritten and organic type. So basically fonts that mimic handwriting or have like this organic feel. In a way, this is kind of like a certain type of experimental typography, but I decided to make its own category. In a way, this is kind of a type of experimental typography, drawing graphics. It's something that is very postmodernist, but I decided that it deserves its own category. I personally love when designers make logos with organic typography, like they're handmade, because I feel like it adds such a character to the logo. Like, I love this. This idea of roughness and dirtiness and imperfections just adds like a personal touch and warmth and personality and overall to the logo. So I think we've been seeing that a lot in like logo designs, branding, packaging, because it's something that you can add this personal touch to your brand. That I think is going to be it for 2025. Our fifth and last category is doing whatever you want. This and also italic serif fonts. I believe this is going to be a big thing, especially pairing them with their regular versions, because I believe it adds something interesting to the design, perhaps a surprise element without overpacking and making the design too busy. It's still minimal, but you can do like this fun font pairing with it. It's like you can still keep it minimal and simple and luxurious. The italic version of serif fonts, they change a lot when compared to sans serif fonts, because sans serif fonts are usually just slanted. But yeah, they usually work as a great duo. And these were our top 5 font trends 2025 prediction. Fonts, the voices in my head, they told me this will be it, so you gotta believe them. You just have to believe it. No, just kidding. It was basically based on what I've been seeing overall and what I think it's still continue to be interesting based on this year of 2024. It's not like I'm predicting the future. I just based myself off what we've been doing now and where I think that we had. Some things we'll continue to do, some things will change, some things will be totally new. But we gotta remember that trends are cyclical. We basically just find a way to rearrange things, but we've been doing the same thing for like decades and decades now, so it's basically the same thing in different fonts and different forms. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Kittl's YouTube channel for more videos like this, for more design hacks, Kittl tips, and a lot of knowledge and fun stuff. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!